Hey guys, Letter Magic here, and just like when a fat guy jumps in the mosh pit, things were slowing down a little over at WOTC. And then they're like, well, it's been a week, let's release a new product. So we did know about this ahead of time. It's Commander Masters. It's exactly what it sounds like. What's the difference between Eternal Masters and Commander Masters? I have no idea, and neither does WOTC, and neither do you. If I had to guess, I'd say it just includes a large number of the front cards, as I call them, but like the legendary commanders from commander decks in the past. And I do support reprinting those to make them available and lower their price. I am actually generally in favor of reprint sets. 100% reprint sets, not this Horizons nonsense. Horizons did so much damage to Modern, people don't even play it anymore. So no, don't try to fine-tune stuff while also packing in reprints. Just give us 100% reprints. Now, historically, Master sets are the only ones that I can say consistently, with a couple exceptions, you can make money on. If you yourself bought 10 boxes of it, you could, in the past, open it, sell the cards as singles, be done. Because of the variations and different versions and ultra rares and serialized nonsense and whatever the heck else they shove into this, the regular ones from the regular boosters are not going to be worth much. Now, that's good for you if you want to buy singles. It's bad for you if you want to just throw a pile of money at something, open it all, and buy listed on day one. And also, I wouldn't hold any of these assets for even a week right now, which means don't buy them in the first place. Magic is going down the toilet, Eternal prices are crashing, people are leaving the game left and right, and the economy is in the pits worldwide. So you could get stuck holding the hot potato and get burned, if you know what I mean. Like, at any time. Now, we do know if WotC can't move something, they'll just, like, cover up / lie about / never show in the first place their sales numbers, and then just quietly, they think, dispose of them in a landfill. Allegedly. So that'll help prices, but the long-term investors and the business advisors and all that, they've been telling them, hey, you're reprinting too much stuff. Oh no, they're making the one format that people play too affordable. Oh, terrible. So that's my take on this. I still wouldn't buy it. If you need cards, buy singles. It's really that simple. And boy, the pre-order prices of this were projected really high. Let's just go straight to the collector's booster, because that's going to be the one. A box of collector's boosters is currently pre-selling at about $225 US. Now that sounds pretty good compared to the $400 and some per box with Lord of the Rings, but remember, this one only has 4 boosters in it, putting them above $50 per booster. But it's not apples to apples, because they contain 1 foil-etched card, 5 borderless cards, 1 of which may be a textured foil, an extended art card of rarity rare or higher from one of the Commander Master's commander decks, and a total of 9 to 11 traditional foil cards that usually are kind of crap. So I don't know what the guaranteed rare amount is, because some borderless I think can be uncommon, but you could, like, in theory get 7 rares or mythics. It's not very likely. Now, Double Masters just straight up had 2 rares or 2 mythics in it. That you could just go X2. This, a little bit variable. Not feeling that. I'll have to see the outlay. So a set booster box with 24 boosters is going for $378. My gosh. But those have... I'm just going to read it. This is insane. So each set booster contains 15 cards, which is 1 art card... 15 cards, I think, plus 1 art card and 1 token / add card. Or a card from the list. So they're not even guaranteed that. Wow. Anyway. Oh, and I think this is the first time we're going to see the Walking Dead replacement cards or whatever. Hopefully you know what I mean, the in-universe reprint versions that they promised and lied about. So the list cards are only going to be in 25% of packs, but 2 to 6 cards, guys, are rare or higher. Wow. And then there's all these percentages, and then there's going to be like foil lands, but at 20%. It's weird and not good. That's just the gist of what I can give you on this one. The 4 Commander Masters pre-made full decks are $325 right now. Of course, a pre-order with ship date of August 4th. Some of them individually are going for, let's see, 100, 131, $66, and 70. So once again, very interestingly balanced. And then the regular old box of draft boosters is just short of $300. All completely and utterly outrageous, and I have some numbers coming in that suggest that they're even worse overseas. And by overseas, I mean the opposite of that in Canada. So overland, but among other places as well. And of course, their currency is worth nothing because those idiots keep joining unions and voting for Trudeau. Now, I called this a regular draft booster box, but it's not 32 or 36 or whatever it is cards. Or boosters, it's 24. However, that's pretty normal for a master set. We haven't seen one in a while. You may have never seen one technically. Still, that's $12.28 per pack. That's pretty high. $9.99 was like the official or unofficial MSRP per pack back in the day, but I saw as high as like 12 or 13. So this isn't too anomalous, but ever since I started doing the like 16 different variations of a card and ultra rares and serialized and special art and all this other nonsense in the collector's boosters, it's completely undercut the draft boosters. Now they're thinking about getting rid of them completely or lowering the numbers and going primarily to set boosters and changing out the boosters that you get in the fat packs, aka the bundles, was like the kind of stepping into the waters. We're going to test it. We're going to see what's going on. So as far as spoilers, let's just jump into a couple here. I'm going to skip the obvious ones like Arcane Signet, Command Tower, and Soul Ring. I know, shocking, those are in the set. Who would have thought? I bet we're going to see Battle Bond dualies. But jumping into the rares, because that's what people really care about, because the uncommons, okay, in this set they could be good, but they're mostly just for draft, and the commons absolutely are for draft or for pauper. So first up we got Jolrael, Mawan Vuli Recluse. Now I'm not going to read each card because they're not new cards, but I will say that this is a 49-cent reprint from M21, so we're already off to the races. I have a feeling this is going to be kind of weak because they just won't stop printing stuff. In fact, this was just in Dominaria Remastered. So then we've got Lifeblood Hydra. Now, this is a rare, but it's still an $8 card because it was only ever in Commander 2014. And that's it. That's the kind of stuff we need. Now, what price was it last week? I don't know. I could check, but who cares? I know a lot of people play Hydra decks in Commander, so yeah, I could see this. But having it in one product one time where you can only pull one of it, because remember, those were static decks, that's just stupid. What if people want this card? Nobody bought the deck to disassemble it, and if they did, then the people who wanted the deck didn't get it, and then they're the ones buying it. Nothing about that product line really makes sense. So they really do need to throw stuff like that in as a reprint, but I mean, in my opinion, they should also just stop printing sets of brand new cards in static decks that have no variants and no packs. But there's a lot of things I think WOTC should stop doing. By the way, really hard to tell what the rarity is on this until you look at like the real version of the card. Then it really pops. The symbol, that white area, man, kind of annoying. Couldn't really tell this was a rare till I looked at the R in the corner. But then there's this one, Mind's Aglow, clearly a rare. It's a 1-cost blue sorcery that has joined forces, by the way. I am going to read this one because it's really neat. Starting with you, each player may pay an amount of mana. Each player draws X cards, where X is the total amount of mana paid this way. It's a terrible card. It's in Commander 2016, and I checked. That version is completely sold out at a lot of vendors. This new one they're asking $3 for, and that it was in the original Commander as well, which even like the vendor I'm looking at has one in stock. So yeah, it's one of those fun, stupid Chaos Commander cards, and I can see, okay, they're going Commander set heavy like I suspected. I said that before I looked at any of these, by the way, but I thought it would just be the front cards, but I guess whether it was or not, if it was only ever printed in the Commander set, there you go. So this actually might be exclusive to cards printed in Commander sets, but I think that would be really stupid. So next up, Archfiend of Despair. I am actually shocked. I think I'm confusing this with like 5 other Archfiends. This is a $33 card from Battle Bond. Oh yeah, Archfiend of Depravity was the crap one from Fate Reforged and every other set ever. Why do they reprint cards that aren't good? You can get the dang pre-release promo for like $5 of Depravity, but yeah, this was only ever printed in Battle Bond and that's it. Which was not a Commander set. Why do I even speculate before I look? Well, this is my first look at it. I just proved it. But yeah, I mean, it's 8 costs, but still your opponents can't gain life. Like, come on. And then like a double hit delayed. It's kind of a neat card. It's 8. I mean, come on, you better be cheating it out or something. But I could see people doing a Shadowborn Apostle deck, which, don't be that guy. Just saying. Next up, it's Braids before she had crazy eyes. Kind of. I at least wouldn't make eye contact with her on the subway. Now, Braids Cabal Minion, that artwork, that's attack on sight. That is crazy. You don't want to mess with that level of crazy. You got to get out of there or you got to defend yourself. So anyway, 50-cent card. Then there's Lorthos the Tidemaker from Zendikar, Commander 2014, Mystery Booster / The List. And he rolls in about $1.50. I do love a good Octopus, Kraken, or Leviathan. Next up, Avatar of Slaughter, a whopping 40 to 50 cent card. And it was only ever in Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate, which is weird, or the original Commander. Still not very good, and still not, I guess, played? See, this is where I'm confused. It's an 8 cost, and all creatures have double strike. And attack this combat if able. Or each combat if able. All of them. Bit of a downside, still costs 8, but that didn't stop the other one from being worth a mountain of money, so odd. Maybe because it's not a demon. Then we've got Wretched Confluence coming in at about $1. Only ever printed in Commander 2015, but it looks like nothing's stopping you from getting them because they were like $1 before. But the vendor I'm looking at has 0 near mint and 1 excellent condition, and that is it. If you think about it, who's buy listing this card? And they're not cracking open 1,000 of these. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Next up, Wake the Dead, not Liliana Waker of the Dead. Don't get them confused, I don't know how you would. And that's from Commander 2014, coming in around $3.50. Only time it was ever printed, I'll take it, but I think this is going to crash down to like half that or worse. So don't look at these and be like, yeah, I'm pre-ordering it. No, I guarantee almost every card is going to go down. I can't even think of a reason for it to go up when the supply goes up. I think they're trying to get as much money as they can out of this awful set that's very overpriced before the singles absolutely crash, which is, in my opinion, what's going to happen. Next up, we got Naheb, who is German now, apparently. But if they thought that would increase his value, well, they might be right, because it's about a $16 card, actually. Next up, Magus of the Wheel. He is $1.30, and out of the 15 or so Maguses, not one of the better ones. And this was in a secret lair with a cooler looking artwork, so, good luck having this be worth anything when you've already burned that bridge, WOTC. Now remember, I'm on team make every card as cheap as possible. You can sell some premium limited editions, super rare, whatever, one time only, serialized, I don't care, as long as you sell me a way cheaper version that I can play the game with. That's all I need. Next up, Fairy Artisans, one of those expensive fairy cards you always see, coming in at around $8, only from Commander 2016. I built one in Historic. I think it just had fairies in it. It wasn't actually fairy tribal. Yes, it's tribal, not typal. Don't listen to one singular whining person on Twitter who also says that we got to refer to people as they, them pronouns. I'll refer to fantasy characters that don't even exist however the hell I want. How about that? Now, next up, we got a pretty spicy one. Extraplanar Lens. It was only ever in Mirrodin and the Masterpiece series, which was the ultra rare pulls from, Space India. I forgot the real name of it. Oh, yeah, Kaladesh. And that version is still sitting in at around 80. This one's about 18, the regular version of it from Mirrodin. Here's the thing, though. Mirrodin was a long time ago. I think this new version, they're going to try to get like 20 or something, but realistically, I think it's worth 10 or less. And this is the ramp card to end all ramp cards. It is pretty spicy. I could name a couple that are a little better, but man. Next up, Hellkite Charger from Zendikar and a couple Commander things. Modern Masters 2, Arch Enemy, it was in everything, but it's still floating in around $3.50 because it takes an extra combat phase. One of my least favorite effects. Next up, Sower of Discord, or whatever he changed his name to with the new Discord rules. Ah, yes, Spicy Boy Bobby, hashtag 6969. Thanks, Discord. So he's a $10 card that was only ever in Commander 2018. Now, I gotta read this one because this is nuts. Flying, as Sower of Discord enters the battlefield, choose 2 players. Whenever damage is dealt to one of the chosen players, from any source by anyone at any time, the other chosen player also loses that much life. I guess you're hoping they destroy each other instead of you, even though you're the cause of it? Kind of funny. Next up, we've got Savage Beating, which was only ever a rare in Darksteel. So, naturally they upshifted it to Mythic because, they hate you, but they like your wallet. $18 card here. I really doubt that's its actual price, now that we're getting more of it. Then we've got Mystic Confluence, which is, strangely enough, a Lord of the Rings Tale of Middle-earth card, which that version's at 59 whole cents, so very questionable. But this was in like Time Spiral and stuff. Very odd. Next up, Grand Abolisher from the 2012 core set, Commander 2014, and Arch Enemy Nicol Bolas edition, all coming in at $25. Dang, all right. I mean, during your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. Yeah. If that goes below about $3, I'm putting it in my deck. So in other words, no. But it would be a fun card on theme with my blue-white Don't Attack Me deck. Next up, Doretti, who apparently is a Planeswalker. Was he always one? That's weird. Anyway, $1.29. Must not be a very good one. Weirdly enough, this is in Commander Anthology 2, for God's sake. But, sure, reprint him. All right. Next up, Champion's Helm coming in from the original Commander at a ridiculous $18, and the Masterpiece Invention series is $55. That artwork is amazeballs. Then there's Angelic Field Marshal from only Commander 2014, $10. Really not that good of a card even in an Angel Tribal deck, unfortunately. Next up, it's Ob Nixilis, Du Sombre Sermen, which I guess is French for why the hell is he a human and not a demon all of a sudden? Why does he look like Jason Statham meets Kratos? Yeah, I do not know what's going on there. Well, I do know what's going on there if you want to buy it, which is $5. Kind of sad considering he was the front card of Commander 2014. One of the decks, obviously. Next up, Star of Extinction. My God, do I hate that card. $2.50. Get this trash out of my sight. And I'm not just saying that because it's French, and the crappy Canadian knockoff version of France is still shoving smoke directly up my nose to this day. But anyway, we've got Fail Cyclone. Okay, it's Cyclonic Rift. This used to be affordable. Now it's $33. I just bought somebody's collection who has a couple of these. I'm going to have to send them in really damn quick. Next up, it's Cendreline la Pèlerine. French is so annoyingly hard. Anyway, that translates to Ashley, your ex-girlfriend. Unsurprisingly, she's worth 99 cents. Next up, Alms Collector, a surprisingly expensive card despite being in Secret Lair. Its original from Commander 2017 is actually worth the same amount, which is really weird because the Secret Lair version has a cute little cat on it. But yeah, $4.50. Next up, creepy little girl Animatu has an augury, and it's worth $1.79. There's a couple more spicy cards revealed, but I'm going to wait until tomorrow and lead the video off with those. I will leave you with the, I'd say fact, but, well, general theme of showing the most expensive eye-popping cards early on, getting people interested, and then dragging out the useless filler rares and mythics until later in the set. Or later in the spoilers for the set, I should say. Then it always looks better than it is. So if you want the full story, check out my upcoming videos on the spoilers and subscribe not to miss them. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys next time.